Hello friends, it's April with Health for Life Cooking, and today I'm going to show you my favorite salad that I eat for lunch almost every day. I'm going to start off with a wedge of purple cabbage, and this is about less than a quarter. It's probably about a sixth of a head. And I am just going to grate that into my pan. Now I'm going to cook the cabbage in this salad, and the reason is, back when I came up with this salad, I was on an elimination diet that I was only eating cooked vegetables. And this was just something that I came up with at that time, and I loved it so much and realized that I can eat so much more cabbage when I cook it. So instead of just having like a cup of cabbage in my salad, I'm having about 2 to 3 cups. Now I cook this the night before. If you're obsessed like me and making sure you maximize your nutrients, what I want to do with this cabbage is I want to grate it and then let it set for 40 minutes. When you let a cruciferous vegetable set after you chop it before you cook it, you are maximizing those myrosinase and glucosinolate compounds that combine and turn into isothiocyanates. I know that was a lot, but it just maximizes the anti-cancer compounds. So what I do, I fix this at night when I'm cooking dinner. So while I've got all my vegetables out and I'm chopping vegetables, I just grate this up in my pan and I let it set in the pan for 40 minutes or longer. I'm going to add this carrot to it. So after 40 minutes of letting that set, I'm going to put it on my burner and put it on high. And I'm going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric for its anti-cancer compounds as well as anti-inflammatory compounds, and some onion granules. Sometimes I'll chop up a raw onion or like some scallions, but I don't have any, so we're just going to leave those off. And if you don't want to let this set for 40 minutes and you want to just cook it right after you shred it, that's totally fine and good. So I'm just going to put the lid on this and bring it to a boil, and when it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it completely off and just let it sit on the stove. And my burners stay hot, so it's going to continue to cook. If you've got a gas stove, you're going to want to just turn it down to low and let it cook until the carrots and the cabbage are tender. Now once my vegetables are soft, I'm going to go ahead and add my grain. And you can add any kind of grain you want, but I'm going to add about a cup of a combination of millet and quinoa. I think that's going to be all of that. And I just cook them together. And then I'm going to add a half a cup of sorghum grain. And this is a really delicious grain that's new to me. I've just recently been using it. I sprout it and then I cook it, and I love the flavor of it. And I just added sorghum because I wanted some variety with grain. Grains are so good for the gut, for healing the gut, and variety is key. You want to get at least 30 different types of plant foods in your diet every day for maximum gut health. So I'm just going to leave that in there and let that warm up those grains, because the grains have been in the refrigerator, so I want to warm them up just a little bit. So I'm going to put the lid on it and just leave it until I'm ready to assemble my salad. So once my cabbage and carrots are cooled, actually just room temperature, I don't put them in the fridge, I just let them cool on the stove. I'm going to add them to some leafy greens and some more red cabbage. And normally I'll do the green cabbage just to have variety, but I didn't have any green cabbage, so I'm doing some raw purple cabbage and some leafy green lettuce. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a half a cup, and this is an apple cider vinegar jar that I'm using, but I'm going to add a half a cup of my dressing. And what my dressing is 1 cup of raisins soaked in 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. And I've actually got some soaking right here. And then what I do is I blend this until creamy smooth. Well, not creamy, until smooth. And then I pour it into this jar, and then I fill this jar with water. So this is 16 ounces, so this is 2 cups. So once I get this blended, I add just enough water to measure 2 cups total of the dressing. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put the half a cup of this dressing right on this salad and mix it right in there. And of course you can add whatever you want else to this salad during the summer when we've got some red bell peppers. I love to add the red bell peppers. I'm kind of a seasonal eater. I like to eat the foods that are in season, and a lot of times I don't even add leafy greens to this. As wonderful and nutritious as they are, I eat them so much during the summer. I like to have some variety, so during the winter I'll do more cabbage. And this dressing, the raisins and the apple cider vinegar together just make a really nice sweet dressing. And that is a lot of salad. That is going to fill me right up. And here you have it, my favorite lunchtime salad that I eat almost every day. And I need to come up with a name for it. So because I'm using pseudo grains, which are not even grains, they're seeds, I'm going to call this pseudo grain salad with raw leafy greens and cooked cabbage. And the cooked cabbage is really an important component to this salad. It kind of brings everything together and makes it very filling and gives it a great texture. It makes it just really, really delicious. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how you like it in the comments section below. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you're notified when I upload a new video. If you're interested in more whole food, plant-based, high nutrient, no oil recipes, you can find them on my website at healthforlifecooking.com, and you can also find many recipes in my cookbooks, Whole Food Goodness and Whole Food American Favorites, all cram-packed with lots of whole plant food, high nutrient, no oil recipes. And these two books can be purchased off my website. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you know anyone who's interested in gaining optimal health through plant-based nutrition, please share it. Until next time, this is April with Health for Life Cooking, wishing you the very best of health for the rest of your life.